Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Talk with the Titans, live from London, UK, all the way to the US of A and worldwide. I'm your host, Kalam, and this is Talk with the Titans. On tonight's show, we've got my good brother GABZ in the building. What's good, GABZ?
What's going on, man? Peace to the. I told you it's that time. We're a bit late, but we're here.
You know, we might not always be on time, but we're always there. All right. So let's continue. Give the people a nice little overview of what we've got actually in store for them today, so they can taste a little flavor.
All right. Now, peace to everybody. Peace to everyone in the chat room. Love and respect. Also, Hotep. Want to bring that out there. So that's just peace out there to the family. Basically, I spoke with the brother Kalam and I said, listen, we need to start getting back on track. Dealing with this. Dealing with this information, dealing with African information and Kemek information. So this is a presentation that I put together through some research and stuff that I've done, and I thought it would be good to share it with the community, share it with the family. Do you know what I mean? And get some good feedback and just see what other topics we can bring up in the future. So this is going to be the first of many topics that I'm going to bring up and start to share with the people. Dealing with African spirituality in plain sight. So through our day-to-day lives, where you can see African symbols throughout art, movies, music, food, politics, all the entertainment industries. I'm just going to be showing how our African culture influenced most of these things. So yeah, this is the first of many. You know what I mean? It's a quick one that I put together just last night. And I hope everybody's ready, Hope you're ready for that medicine.
All right. So my notification gang, okay? If you're not really part of the notification gang, please go below. You will see there's like a little bell icon. Click on that bell icon. That means anytime we go live, anytime we're going to post a new video, anything of that nature, it will actually notify you straight away, whether it's on your laptop or your iPhones or your Androids, whatever you're on, it will notify you to let you know that we're going live or we've got a video coming on. So what I'm saying to you, family, is to please hit that icon down below so you can be notified for further shows. Also, where's my like gang at? Where's my like gang? Okay, let me see those big thumbs up from the get-go. I want to see some big likes in there because we're about to drop some heat. We're about to drop that science to you, family. So please, if you can, hit the like button and share it. Let everybody know we're live right now on Titans TV and we're about to go in. All right. Let's go, my brother. So, I know you got your presentation.
Yeah.
No, you let me know if I should just bring it up to the family. You let me know. What's good, Daniel? I see you, King. I see you. We got Lady Divine in the building, Honey L, Bigger Valley, Jonah Haya. You know how we do. What's good?
There we go. Yeah, bro. If you can, please, share the screen and I can get into the presentation.
All right. Again, family, we want to make it as how can I put it, as interactive as possible. So we will be stopping every few slides, I believe. Every few slides, I can see that we got some little stops in there. So if you've got any questions or if you've got any comments, just let us know and we'll definitely bring them up for you. All right, cool.
On the screen. All right then. So as you can see, family, I titled the presentation "Now Valley Stories Hidden in Plain Sight," and look through your third eye and all will be revealed. Yeah, so that's the title of my presentation. Next slide, my brother. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had to throw myself back up there again. This is the Medicine Man Productions. Yeah, bringing that medicine, because like I told you, there's a lot of sick people out there, and where there's sickness, medicine needs to be handed out. All right, next slide, my bro. All right, so this is a little breakdown that I put down together. This is a small breakdown and explanation to why I know it is important to do this presentation. This is a new beginning of work that I would like to present to the younger generation and older, to show how African stories have influenced the world through movies, games, books, food, and politics. So follow me on this journey and allow your third eye to awaken and see what your two eyes didn't. The following presentation will be slides of pictures, and I will also be talking along to break it all down. I hope, actually, I know you will all enjoy. Peace and Hotep. All right, let's get it started. Next slide, bro. All right. So the first people we're going to be dealing with now is the Eye of Ra. All right. The Eye of Ra, or Eye of Re, is the being in ancient Egyptian mythology that functions as a feminine counterpart to the sun, god Ra, and a violent force that subdues his enemies. The eye is an extension of Ra's power, equated with the disk of the sun, but it also behaves as an independent entity which can be personified by a wide variety of Egyptian goddesses, including Hathor, Sekhmet, Bastet, Wadjet, and Mut. The eye goddess acts as a mother, sibling, consort, and daughter of the sun god. She is his partner in the creative cycle in which he begets the renewed form of himself that is born at dawn. The eye's violent aspect defends Ra against the agents of disorder that threaten his rule. This dangerous aspect of the eye goddess is often represented by a lioness, or by the uraeus, or cobra, a symbol of protection and royal authority. The eye of Ra is similar to the eye of Horus, which belongs to a different god. Horus belongs to a different god, Horus, but represents many of the same concepts. The disastrous effects when the eye goddess rampages out of control, and the efforts of the gods to return to her beginning state are a prominent motif in Egyptian mythology. All right, next slide, my bro. Next slide. All right, so this is the solar aspects of the Eye of Ra. The Egyptians often referred to the sun and the moon as the eye of particular gods. The right eye of the god Horus, for instance, was equated with the sun, and his left eye equated with the moon. At times, the Egyptians called the lunar eye the eye of Horus, a concept with its own complex mythology and symbolism, and called the solar eye of Ra, Ra being in the preeminent sun god in ancient Egyptian religion. However, in Egyptian belief, many terms and concepts are fluid, so the sun could also be called the eye of Horu. Procreative. The eye of the Egyptian deities, although they are aspects of the power of the gods who own them, sometimes take active roles in mythology, possibly because the word for eye in Egyptian JRT resembles another word meaning do or act. The presence of the feminine suffix T in JRT may explain why these independent eyes were thought as female. The Eye of Ra, in particular, is deeply involved in the sun god's creative action. As you can see there, I got a little picture there of Ra there. See the god there? Alrighty, next slide, my bro. Next slide. All right. A myth about the eye. Known from allusions in the coffin text from the Middle Kingdom, 2055 to 1650 BC, and a more complete account in the Bremner Rhine Papyrus from the late period 664 to 332 BC, demonstrates the eye's close connection with Ra and Atum, and her ability to act independently. The myth takes place before the creation of the world, when the solar creator, either Ra or Atum, is alone. Shu and Tefnut, the children of this creator god, have drifted away from him. In the waters of Nu, the chaos that exists before creation in Egyptian belief. So he sends out his eye to find them. The eye returns with Shu and Tefnut, but is infuriated to see that the creator has developed a new eye, which has taken her place. The creator god appeases her by giving her an exalted position on his forehead, in the form of the uraeus, the emblematic cobra that appears frequently in Egyptian art, particularly on royal crowns. The equation of the eye with the uraeus and the crown underlines the eye's role as a companion to Ra and to the pharaoh, with whom Ra is likened. Upon return of Shu and Tefnut, the creator god is said to have shed tears, although whether they are prompted by happiness at his children's return or distress at the eye's anger is unclear. These tears give rise to the first humans in a variant of the story. It is the eye that weeps instead, so the eye is the progenitor of humankind. Next slide, my bro. All right. The tears of the eye of Ra are part of a more general connection between the eye and moisture, in addition to representing the morning star. The eye can also be equated with the star Sophis, e.g. Sirius. Every summer at the start of the Egyptian year, Sophis Heliacal rising, in which the star rose above the horizon just before the sun itself, heralded the start of the now in the nation, which watered the fertilized Egyptian farmland. Therefore, the eye of Ra precedes and represents the flood waters that restore fertility to all of Egypt. Aggressive and protective. The eye of Ra also represents the destructive aspect of Ra's power. The heat of the sun, which in Egypt can be so harsh that the Egyptians sometimes liken it to arrows shot by a god to destroy evildoers. The uraeus is a logical symbol for this dangerous power. In art, the sun disk image often incorporates one or two uraeus coiled around it. The solar uraeus represents the eye as a dangerous force that encircles the sun god, guards against his enemies, spitting flames like venom. 4 uraeus are sometimes said to surround Ra's Barke, collectively called Hathor of the 4 faces. They represent the eye's vigilance in all direction. Next slide, my bro. In the myth called the destruction of mankind, related in the book of the Heavenly Cow from the New Kingdom, 1550 to 1070 BCE. Ra uses the eye as a weapon against humans who have rebelled against his authority. He sends the eye Hathor in her aggressive manifestation as the lioness goddess Sekhmet to massacre them. She does so, but after the first day of her rampage, Ra decides to prevent her from killing all humanity. He orders that beer be dyed red and poured out over the land. All over the land. The eye goddess drinks the beer, mistaking it for blood, and in her inebriated state, returns to Ra without noticing her intended victims. Through her drunkenness, she has been returned to a harmless form. Nadine Gulha suggests that the eye rampage alludes to the heat and widespread disease of the Egyptian summer, and in particular to the Egnaponal days before the new year, which were regarded as unlucky. The red beer might then refer to the red silt that accompanied the subsequent Nile flood, which was believed to end the period of misfortune. And obviously you can see right there's a picture on the right of the goddess Sekhmet with the sun and the uraeus on top of her head. Next slide, my bro. All right, now we're moving on to the Eye of Heru. The Eye of Horus is an ancient Egyptian symbol of protection, royal power, and good health. The eye is personified in the goddess Wajet, also written as Wajet or Ujat or Ijet. Yeah. The eye of Horus is similar to the eye of Ra, which belongs to a different god, Ra, but represents many of the same concepts. The name Wajet is derived from Waj, meaning green, hence the green one, and was known to the Greeks and the Romans as Uraeus, from the Egyptian Eret, meaning risen one, from the image of a cobra rising up in protection. Wajet was one of the earliest of Egyptian deities who later became associated with other goddesses such as Bast, Sekhmet, Mut, and Hathor. She was the Tolera deity of Lower Egypt, and the major Delta shrine, Pernu, was under her protection. Hathor is also depicted with the eye. Some of the brothers and sisters might have seen my hat. The black hat that I wear has got the same symbol there, the same Wajet. That symbol, that picture that you see on the right, you might have seen that on my hat as well. So to the next slide, my bro. Horus was the ancient Egyptian sky god who was usually depicted as a falcon, most likely a lana of peregrine falcon. His right eye was associated with the sun god, Ra. The eye symbol represents the marking around the eye of the falcon, including the teardrop marking sometimes found below the eye. The mirror image or left eye sometimes represents the moon and the god Jehuti. Yeah. In one myth, when Set and Horus were fighting for the throne after Osiris's death, Set gouged out Horus's left eye. The majority of the eye was restored by either Hathor or Jehuti, with the last portion possibly being supplied magically. When Horus's eye was recovered, he offered it to his father Osiris in hopes of restoring his life. Hence, the eye of Horus was often used to symbolize sacrifice, healing, restoration, and protection. On the right there, you have the brother there, Horus there, or Heru. That's a picture of him there. It looks like he's guiding someone probably to his father, Asar. All right. Next slide, my bro. All right. That's the end of part one. Finished. And we're just getting warmed up. Yeah.
Say, my brother, what we just gone through?
Okay, so basically what we just gone through there, I was just basically trying to make the people see and understand the whole symbolism behind the eye of Ra and also the eye of Heru. That's the first thing, trying to get people to understand the symbolism between the eye of Ra and the eye of Heru. Yeah, in ancient Egyptian mythology and in the text. The reason why I'm going to deal with that, because later on, as we go through the presentation, there's going to be some things that, some of the pictures and the slides that I present, and I'm going to be able to explain it in detail, the whole meaning of the whole thing to do with the eye of Ra and also the eye of Heru. Also to note, the eye of Ra is represented as red, as in obviously because the symbolism of the red sun, as in the heat. And also the eye of Heru is symbolized as blue. As you saw in that last picture with the Wajet, you've seen that the eye is blue. So later on, as I go through the slides and stuff, people are going to start to understand the reason why I was talking about each eye. And yeah, as you can see there, so that's the eye there of Heru, the blue. And if we go back to Ra, it's represented as red. Yeah. So later on, as I go through the slides, people are going to understand now why I had to slowly let people understand the whole meaning and the symbolism behind the eye of Ra and the eye of Heru. Because the next part now is we're going to get into the story before I get into the pictures. So yeah, I just had to make sure I break that down slowly so people can understand, and then we're going to get into the story. Anything you wanted to add, my bro?
We're just getting warmed up, fam. We're just getting warmed up. Let's get it in. All right, family. Another thing actually I would like to say, family, remember tomorrow, freedom of speech is going down. Freedom of speech. I've got my good brother, agnostic atheist Rob will be in the building tomorrow, as well as Saracen. I'm sure a few of our good brothers is going to turn up as well. So we're going to have a very diverse panel tomorrow, and it's going to be excellent. So please tune in tomorrow for that as well. But today, you know what? Let's get it in, man. This is the comedic information. Your mind is about to be blown. Let's get it. Let's get it, King.
You ready, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Peace to everyone in the chat room, you know. We're gonna get this information, and I'm telling you, we're just warming up. You're gonna see where I'm getting to anyway. Yeah, you're gonna see it. Let's go. All right. So next slide, it says the myth story, Battle of Heru and Seth. Next slide, my bro. Actually, deal with that picture there. Now, I just want to explain something. You could, if the people can see the picture there, on the right, that's on the right of you. If you're looking at the screen, you have the god Heru, and on the left you have his uncle Set, also known as Setuk. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is a glyph showing. Obviously, this was the battle that took place. This is showing the battle and the unity between them. But also, it kind of represents balance, the good and the bad aspect. Yeah. So this is one of the first stories, or should I say the first stories of a battle between good and evil. Yeah. So just keep that in your mind. Yeah. All right. Next slide, my bro. Okay. The contending of Horus and Seth is a mythological story from the 20th dynasty of ancient Egypt, found in the first 16 pages of the papyrus Chester BT1, and deals with the battles between Horus and Seth to determine who will succeed Osir as the king. The papyrus Chester BT1 dates to the 20th dynasty during the reign of Ramesses V. Is that the fifth, bro? The V. Oh, Brother Kalam.
Sorry. Yeah. V represents, it's the Roman numerals 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Ramesses V, and likely came from a scribe collection that was recorded for personal entertainment. Chester B.E. Pat 1, Oxford. The papyrus contains the story of the contendings of Horus and Seth, and also various other poetic love songs. The original provenance of the papyrus was Thebes, and when found, the papyrus measured 55 centimeters and had been torn and crushed. The papyrus was published by the Oxford University Press in 1931 and currently is located in the Chester Beatty Library in Dublin. So people there, that's some good info for you. So you can see now that this great story, yeah, of the contenders of Heru and Seth is now located in the library, the Chester Beatty Library in Dublin, Ireland. So anybody who's out from Ireland, anyone from the chat, anyone who's watching this, if you're from Ireland, go down to the Chester Beatty Library and go and check out that story of Heru and Seth. Yeah? All right, let's go. Arguably, the most important part of the Chester Beatty Papyrus is the mythological story of the contendings of Horus and Seth, which deals with the battle between Horus and Seth to see who will be the successor of the throne of Osiris. The specific time of the contendings is a period during which the fighting has temporarily stopped, and Seth and Horus have both brought their case before the Ennead. Throughout the story, Horus and Seth have various competitions to see who will be king. Horus beats Seth each time. The beginning of the story is a sort of a trial when both Seth and Horus plead their case and the deities of the Ennead state their opinions. Later in the story, the combat starts up again between Horus and Seth, and finally, the situation is resolved when Horus is determined to be the rightful king of Egypt. Next slide, my bro. The story of the contendings of Horus and Seth is important to Egyptian society because of its significance to kingship. The story sets the pattern of inheritance for kingship in ancient Egypt, father to son. The story is also significant to the idea of divine kingship because it sets up the idea of the triad of Osiris as the dead king, Horus as the living king on earth, and Isis as the king's mother. Alrighty, let's go. Next slide, my bro. Okay, this is the part you put your third eye glasses on, aka 3D, third dimensional. Just to know. Go on, bro.
I'm about to say we're about to get it in now. Jeez.
About to get it now. I'm just to note. Remember what I said about the eyes? Remember what I said earlier about the eyes? What color was the eye of Ra? Someone in the chat room, please remind me. What was the color eye of Ra? And
Red.
also, someone in the chat room, remind me of what was the color of Heru's eye.
I hear they're screaming blue.
And okay, and what about the eye of Ra? Is it on there, brother? Are they saying it? Because I can't see the chat.
Yep. I see Harry Singh is getting in. He's saying red, 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 G. Red, red, red.
Okay, and obviously you see those glasses there, right? You see them 3D glasses there? All right, let's get it in. Next slide, my bro. Okay, we're going to begin. The movies, you know, I know a lot of our people out there, we love some movies. We love them films, you know. We pay big money to go and watch these films, you know. Some of us like the films for entertainment. Some of us like films because obviously they get the time to take one of their girlfriends or one of their links out. Some of us like the movies because they like to take their kids out. But there's always information in the films. So if you're ready, like I said, make sure you got those 3D glasses on because we're about to go in. All right, next slide, my bro. The Matrix. How many other people out there love The Matrix? I know. There's a lot of people out there that love The Matrix. So I'm going to deal with this picture. So as you can see in this picture, this is a scene in The Matrix where Morpheus, was talking to Neo after he first spoke to him about trying to take part in The Matrix. He offered Neo 2 pills. And as you can see, the 2 colors of the pills, one is red and one is blue. And as you can see in the film, they portrayed the red pill in the right eye of Morpheus and the blue pill in the left eye of Morpheus. Remember what was talking about to do with Ra and Heru, their eyes. So Ra's eye is red, dealing with the right side, and Heru's eye is blue. Now, for those who have watched this film, you know how it goes, how the story goes. Basically, Neo is a guy that they found. Morpheus had a prophecy saying that he was going to be the chosen one to bring order and to defeat the evildoer, Agent Smith. Yeah, to bring balance to the earth and all that stuff there. So as you can see, Neo will be depicted as your Ra Heru type figure. So this is showing you again where in this film, The Matrix, you can see that they've portrayed some of the ancient Egyptian story, yeah, in this movie. And it's funny enough that they put the 2 different pills in each glasses, each eye. Yeah? Let's go to the next slide, my bro. Okay, so these are the 2 counterparts. So these are the 2 people that were doing battle. This is Agent Smith on the left, and this is Neo on the right. So this is also going back to the continuance of Heru, the battle between good and evil, between Horus and Seth. Yeah? Go to the next slide, my bro. Okay. So this was taken from an advert that was later. This advert came out later on, a couple years later, and it's got obviously the character who played the Agent Smith again. But no, in the advert, what are the 2 colors that you see the agent holding up? Red and blue. Again, this is in the advert. This is not even in the film. This is an advert that came out years later, but yet again, you can still see that they had to portray the same red and blue, which is dealing with the eyes of Heru and the eyes of Ra. Next slide, my bro. Batman versus Superman. How many of us out there went to go and watch that film? How many people in the chat went to go and watch that film? That was a big film. Some people say they didn't like it. Some people say they do. My brother Kalam, what did you think? Did you watch the Batman vs Superman?
Yeah, I watched it still. I watched it.
You watched it, but so tell me now, did you notice this bit here with the red and blue eyes?
You know what? It's the first time I'm seeing it now, you know. It's the first time. You're teaching me, G. You're teaching me.
Trust me. All right. So this is one of the posters of the film for Batman versus Superman. Funny again. What do we see here? We see the same thing again. The red eyes of Ra and the blue eyes of Heru. You see what I'm saying? And this is also dealing with the same battle of Heru and Seth. Yeah? Next slide, my bro.
Jeez, what is going on, you know?
Yeah. So this is taken from one of the clips of the film. So this is Batman here. Now, for my people in the chat room, what color is Batman's eyes? Let me know what they say, bro. Let me know what they're saying in the chat room. What color is Batman's eyes?
They're busy. They're talking about they didn't like that film, man. Yeah, they say that he had it said blue, man, blue.
Blue, blue, blue. Yep, 100%. So you can see Batman at this point in the film. Batman had to go. He wanted to fight with Superman. So what he did is he created this machine, this robotic machine. But then obviously you can see to be able to fight Batman, he had to put himself in this machine. And look what color his eyes are. His eyes were blue, representing Heru. Yeah. Now let's go to the next slide, my bro. As you can see, this is Superman. This is Superman when he came to that. This is the same scene, but Superman was seen at the top flying above Batman. Look at his eyes. It's red, representing Ra. Remember what I told you about Ra? Ra in that red eye. Ra had to send out his eye to cause chaos and anger. Yeah, that redness, that fury. Yeah. Also, the red represents Seth, Setuk, in the fight between Horus and Seth. This is the balance between good and evil. Yeah. So you've seen it again. So you see Batman is representing Horus, and Superman is representing Seth, and also the Eye of Ra. Next slide, my bro. There we go. For some of my oldies out there, do you remember this old school Superman? Kalam, do you remember this old school Superman?
This is the real Superman.
Yeah.
The real Superman. There ain't no other Superman but this Superman. How you mean?
Trust me. This is the old school Superman. Yeah. Now, the reason why I took this picture, because there's a lot of symbology in this picture that people don't realize. First thing you got to know, the red and blue cape represents Horus and Ra, the red and blue. Yeah. Also, Horus and Seth, the red and blue. The balance. You need the balance between the two. Also, you note that this Superman, his eyes are blue, meaning that he's at this point in time, he is representing Horus or Heru. Yeah. Also to note, as you can see in this Superman's hair, on the top of his hair, you can see that he had a little curl, a little flick in his head. If you can zoom in, bro, they did this on purpose. The reason why they put that flick on the front of his head is to represent the Uraeus. And you remember what the Uraeus was? The Uraeus was an eye that the eye that Ra put on his forehead, on the crown of Ra. If you can go to the picture next to it, because I got a picture right there. There you go. So this is Ra. As you can see, you got the red sun, you got the sun there, and you have the cobra. That's the Uraeus. That's the cobra in the front of the crown. And it's also at the front of many of the pharaoh's crowns. You can see it. So they had to symbolize and put that on this Superman as well. Also, you can see the S. The S represents the serpent as well, the snake, the cobra. Yeah? Most people think, oh, it just represents S for Superman. No, it represents the serpent, because as you can see, at the front of the S, you have the eyes. Yeah? That represents the cobra. The same thing. Let's go to the next slide. Star Wars. How many of my people out there love Star Wars? Listen, I'm a big Star Wars fan, you know. My bro, Kalam, Star Wars. Tell me, are you a fan of Star Wars?
Well, man, I can't lie, you know. I can't lie. I'm not, you know. The only time I started watching Star Wars is when my brother was acting in it. Still.
Oh yeah, I know the guy in the latest film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. But look at this, bro. But look, bro, this is why you should have been into the films, because look, you would have been able to see the same Egyptian stories in Star Wars.
Mm.
As you can see, we have the red and blue again. And notice, everybody keep taking note. Look where you always see the red, where they put the red. The red is always seen on the right, and the blue is always seen on the left, majority of the times. Because the right eye represents Ra, the red, and the left eye represents Heru, yeah, which is blue. So as you can see, this is Darth Vader and his son Anakin Skywalker who are doing battle. And obviously, if you do know about this, this has got so much comedic stories in it. Yeah, it's a joke. And even then, I think I'm still going to do another presentation breaking down Star Wars for the people, man, because this is a big film that people need to watch, man, because there's so much ancient comedic stories embedded into this film. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And even George Lucas and the people that wrote it even said it. They said they took it from they took the stories from ancient Egyptian mythology. So go to the next slide, my bro. I think again. So I think this is the one you're talking about. You see the brother there on the right? That's him there, yeah.
John Boyega.
Boyega. You see? And what do you see again, bro? What do you see on the screen?
Oh, the red and the blue, right and the left, man.
All right.
Ra and Heru. So
Ra and Heru.
Ra
and Heru right in your face. You see what I'm saying? And this is the latest film. The first one that we just showed, that was the old school film. And this is the later one. So they're still showing you that they still have to implement this whole thing of Heru and Ra in these films. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is a poster for the film. But people that are not into, people that, because most of us that didn't know or we're not into the stories and the symbology of the ancient Kemetic stories, we wouldn't know this. You would have just seen, look, they got a red lightsaber, they got a blue lightsaber. It doesn't really mean nothing. But the people that are doing the films, they know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? They know exactly what they're doing when they put these things in the films. Do you see what I'm saying? It's dealing with your psyche and your third eye. If your third eye is not awake, you're not going to see it. You're not going to click onto it. You're not going to know the subliminal messages. Do you see what I'm saying? So, go to the next slide. Marvel heroes. Where my Marvel fans at? Where my Marvel fans at? Where you at? Captain America, Iron Man. There we go. This is seen. Well, this is portrayed in different ways, but you can still see it. It's still the same red and blue. Captain America, blue. Iron Man in the red, representing Horus and Ra. Also Heru and Seth. This is another film. But are the directors talking with you? Are the directors communicating with each other? How is it that they're all coming up with the same ideas and bringing out the same color system? Are they all studying under Egyptian mythology? Are they all going to ancient Kemetic schools and gaining this information? Do you know what I mean? You got to think. You got to get into these people's minds. Like, why are they using these colors? Do you know what I mean? Next slide, my bro. Here we go again. This is a part of the film in one of the Marvel films. Where do you see Iron Man standing? What side is Iron Man standing on, my bro? Kalam?
Yeah, he's on his own right, but our left. Yeah.
All right, then. He's on the right again. And where's Captain America that's got the blue?
Yep, on the left-hand side.
You see what I'm saying? They know how they do it. They put these things in these films. They have to be film people. They have to be put in particular positions in film to portray the message. To bring out the message, they have to set them up in particular places on the film. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's funny because look, you have Captain America who has a star on his chest. I'm going to do another show breaking down the star. And also you have Iron Man that's got the upside down pyramid. Yeah? On his chest. We're going to deal with that in another show. I'm telling you, this is just little crumbs that I'm dealing with now, but we're going to get into that. I know more people are going to be thinking, I didn't clock this. I didn't know this. Don't worry. Like I said, this is the first of many that I'm going to be breaking down most of these films and all these stuff that we're going to be seeing today. So, next slide, my bro.
Hold on, before you do the next slide, man, where's my DC fans at? Huh? Where's my Detective Comic fans at? That's what I want. Come on. Stand up, my Justice League fans. Come on.
Trust me. Okay. Who knows this? Your local neighborhood friendly spider. Hey, Peter Parker. Spider-Man. Big boy film. Big film on his own. But look at the costume of Spider-Man. Red and blue. Even in this shot. My brother Kalam, where's the red?
On the right-hand side.
And where's the majority of the blue?
The left-hand side, G.
Come on, bro. I'm telling you. They know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? This is showing you that Spider-Man has the balance of Ra and Heru inside him. And also, he has the balance of Heru and Set. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the balance, the good and bad. Everybody has it in them. You need to, but the thing is how you get balance.
You all good there? Seems like you got a phone call coming.
Wow. I got a phone call coming in, you know. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. It's how you balance. So the thing is, the thing about these costumes is with the superheroes, the red and the blue, yeah, the good and the bad, is how you control your negative and your positive side. The person that can control both the negative and positive side, you're seen as a superhero, mate. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of us find it hard to control our anger. A lot of us find it hard to be good. Do you know what I mean? But once you have that balance of both good and bad, you can consider yourself a hero. You are a superhero because you have that balance. This is what this is representing. So next slide, my bro. Transformers. Big film. Big film. How many of you went out to go and see the last film that just come out? I think it was the, what's it called? The Last Night or something? I think that was the latest Transformers that just came out. Did you watch that, my brother Kalam?
I'm still waiting to go, man. I'm still waiting to go. Who wants to go with me? Like, that's an open invite, man. Who wants to go with me? Because I want to go. Let me know. Right. You're free tomorrow or Friday, let me know. Because I want to roll out still. On the box.
Okay.
Roll out.
Okay. So in this photo, this is a big photo right here. Because guess what? Again, you see it again. Optimus Prime, who was seen on our left, his eyes are blue. And Megatron, who was seen on our right, his eyes are what? No, they're not purple. They're red. The same thing again. This is another film dealing with the same thing, the same aspects of red and blue, red and blue. We've seen it in The Matrix now. We've seen it in Superman versus Batman. We've seen it with just Superman. We've seen it with Spider-Man. We've seen it with, what other film? Captain America and Iron Man. And now we're seeing it again here in another film, Transformers, where they're showing the same thing of red and blue. And everybody, for all my fans that love Transformers, what is the color of Optimus Prime? Brother Kalam, do you know the colors of Optimus Prime?
Yo. Michael's muted still. So you got the blue on the top and the red at the bottom still.
Yep. Optimus Prime is seen as red and blue, and he's the main character because he's dealing with that Heru set, the Heru and the Set and Ra, the Ra aspect. Because I think from hearing what people said to me, I think in the last night, I think there's where Optimus Prime turns evil or turns bad or something. But normally he's seen as the good guy, innit? In that film, I think he turns bad, but this is what I'm showing you. He's got that balance between good and bad, which is the Ra and the Set, the Heru and the Set principle. Do you know what I mean? Next slide, my bro. Okay, this is just another picture showing it again. So you can see this is Megatron on the left. His eyes are red, dealing straight with the Ra aspect and dealing straight with the Set aspect, because Megatron and Optimus Prime are the main two guys that do battle against each other. So that's Heru versus Set there. So obviously on the right now, you see I have Optimus Prime. He has the sword. His eyes are blue. And he's on top of a dinosaur who's enraged, dealing with anger again, dealing with the negative. His eyes are portrayed as red, which is dealing with the Ra aspect and the Set aspect. Next slide, my bro. Here we go. Here's my boy, Optimus Prime. You see him with the red and blue, but look at the background. What's that in the background? Can anybody tell me what's that in the background?
Oh, man.
You see? Remember I told you about these subliminal messages? Why did they have to put a pyramid in the back? Why is that Egypt at the back? What's the director trying to tell us? Did most of you even notice that? I very much doubt it. But let's go to the next slide. Oh, hold on a minute. What's that? Can the people in the chat room Please tell me, what is that face, or where do you see that face, and where is that face residing currently? Kalam, let me know when people know. Let me know what people tell me in the chat room. Where is that face residing currently?
Yeah, G, they're throwing it up. They're throwing it up. They're saying Kemet all day.
Kemet all day. So explain this to me. What was going on here? What was the director trying to show you? What's the subliminal message here? You have Optimus Prime. This is after the battle. This is after he just beat Megatron. He's standing there as the victor, right next to one of our ancient structures in ancient Kemet. He's there with the Ra and Heru colors. Also the Set colors. You see what I'm saying? This is the subliminal message that they're showing you. They're showing you that this is your history in front of your face. They're showing you this is your culture. This is ancient Egyptian culture. But because most of the ancient Egyptian culture has been shrouded in mystery, some of it being stolen, some of it can't be found, some of it is not, it's not accessible to us to get. They pull it in the films. But this is why I encourage us. The more and more we start looking into ancient African culture, not just Kemet, but ancient African culture, so different tribes and different cultures in Africa, you're going to start to see where they portray these things in the Western world in front of our very eyes, but we don't even know. Do you know what I mean? So I like, oh, okay, next slide. Lord, no, yeah. So now I was going to say something. Go back to that slide again. I want people to look at this picture very deeply and understand. Remember, this is Western world, big Hollywood, yeah, that is dealing with your information. They're dealing with your information. Take a look at this picture. This is showing you how much we have lost our culture and our civilization. You know what I mean? So put that picture right there in your mind, keep it in your psyche, and let it resonate with you for a little bit.
And hold on. Let me give people some bonus points. Bonus points if you can name the structure.
Yeah, bonus.
Name this Kemetic structure, this ancient Egyptian structure. Bonus points. If you get the right Kemetic name for this structure, y'all gonna get a shout out. So let's see. Let's get it in. Let me see what they're saying in the chat section. They're saying teach. Yeah, we were all over the world. Lady Divine says she's saying, they're saying the Sphinx. They're saying the Sphinx, you know. I wonder, is that the Sphinx? Is that the Sphinx? Is that the Sphinx? I want to know the ancient Egyptian word, the ancient Egyptian name for this structure. Give me the ancient Egyptian name for this structure. I don't want to know the Greek name for the structure. I don't know the Hellenistic name for this structure. I don't even want to know the Arabic name for this structure. I want to know the Kemetic name for this structure. Come on, fella.
Oh, I think we found it, bro.
Woo! Okay. Okay, Matt J. I see you, family. I see you. He says right here is the Heru M Achet. Wow. All right. You've been doing your reading then. You've been doing your reading. You've been studying. You've been doing your studying. All right, cool. You got it right. Shouts to Matt J, man. Shouts to Matt J. You got it right.
You got it right. Shout out to Matt J. Well done, my bro. You see, some of our people are doing that research. All right. Lord of the Rings. How many of my people went out there to go and watch Lord of the Rings? Big film. Another film that I love. I love the film. All the trilogy. I love the trilogy. It was a long film. It was a long ass 2 hours, but it was worth it. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It was worth it. But bro, Kalam, did you watch Lord of the Rings?
I won't even lie to you, while everybody was watching Lord of the Rings, I was out there doing Lord of the Mics.
Lord of the Mics, yeah?
I'm like, ooh, dirty.
Dirty.
You know what?
Old school, you know?
Old school. I like this and Wiley. How you mean? Yeah. Where's all my old time? Where's my old timers at? Only my UK audience is gonna get this, Trust me. But yeah, that film That film was
Lord
not.
of the Mics, you know. Remember them DVDs as well, bro.
Hey,
Big,
hey. Let's got the collection, you know. Let's got the collection.
trust,
Don't get it twisted.
trust me. But yeah, man. Lord of the Rings, big film, big film, big film. Let's see what was going on in Lord of the Rings. All right, next slide, my.
Ooh, wait. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. How many of us saw this? Everybody should have seen this. Whoever's seen Lord of the Rings, I know for a fact you saw this big eye. This big red eye. I know for a fact you saw it. Yeah? So this is Lord of the Rings. This is one of the main, obviously, the main bad guys. I think his name was Saruman. In the film Lord of the Rings. He was portrayed with the red eye. And it was one eye. And the red eye was on top of a tower.
What was his name?
Huh?
What was his name?
I think it's Saruman.
Wow.
Saruman.
Wow.
Yeah, Saruman. I remember that as his name.
That sounds like Sarah Aman.
Say that again?
That sounds like Sarah Amun.
All right, then.
Yes.
All right, then. This is what I'm saying, bro. I'm telling you that the Subliminals is nasty. But obviously in the film, let me give you a little rundown of the film for most people that didn't really know. Basically, there was a war that happened long, long ago on Earth. There was elves, dwarves, there was human beings, and then you had all types of other creatures. And obviously, Saruman was an army. He was basically with the bad side. He was with the bad army. You could say that they were black. They were the black guys, like the jinns. Yeah, you call them the jinns. And obviously, they were waging war with mankind and the elves and the dwarves. Obviously, the great battle took place. One of the human guys, I forgot his name. Forgot the guy's name actually. He defeated Saruman by chopping off his hand, which had the ring. Oh yeah, there was rings of power. So I think there was 4 rings that was given out. 1 to the elves, 1 to human beings, 1 to the dwarves, and 1 to the evildoers. And obviously, they were trying to get the 1 ring to rule them all. So yeah, Saruman had that ring that ruled them all. The human guy chopped off Saruman's hand and took the ring. Now, at that point, they was meant to go to the volcano. You see, there's a volcano in the background in the picture. The elves and dwarves took the human guy to the volcano for him to throw the ring into the volcano lava to destroy the ring so that no one can get hold of it and possess the power. Because once you have that ring, it takes control of you, basically. You become bad. So, long story short, he got there, obviously, like man do. He didn't throw the ring in. He wanted the power. He took it for himself. And yeah, this is how the whole story began. And then obviously the evil guy, Saruman, was looking for his ring. It ended up with our guy. Go to the next slide, my bro. This guy right here, Frodo Baggins, who was played by, I forgot this brother's name. I know his name. Oh my God, it's gonna jar me. Anybody know this? Anybody in the chat room know this brother's name? What's this guy's name again? That's gonna jar me. Bonus points for anybody that knows this guy's name. But anyway, it ended up in the hands of Frodo. And obviously the story goes, the battle is between Frodo and Saruman, because the ring is Saruman, the eye is always trying to get to the ring. So the battle is between these two. And as you can see, what is the color of Frodo's eyes? And they made sure in the film that they highlighted so blatantly, because his eyes ain't that bright. But his eyes, they made it bright blue. Look, because he is representing the Heru aspect. And obviously the red eye is representing the Ra, but the Set aspect, the 2 battles, because both of them are doing battle to see who's going to come on top. Do you see what I'm saying? So as again, we can see in Lord of the Rings, you have the eye there, the red eye of Setuk and Ra, and then you have the blue eye of Heru, aka Horus, in Lord of the Rings. Next slide, my bro.
They're saying here it's Elijah Wood, you know, it's Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. There you go. Thank you. Who was the person that got that?
Kalam L still. I'm playing.
Shout out to Kalam L, you know? You dig?
Yeah, is Dapster MRC. Yeah, Dapster MRC still.
Shout out to Dapster MRC as well. You get me? Elijah Wood, that's him. Big film. Okay, so we have other films here. Obviously, let's start off the film on the left. As again, you can see the same colors again. You have on the right-hand side the eye of Ra and Set. And then again, you have the eye of Heru. And that is coming from the film Inside Out, which is dealing with the mind. Big film, dealing with the mind consciousness. These are people that live in your mind. It's dealing with the state of consciousness, subliminal messages. Yeah, that's a big film. Most of your kids, if most of you that's got kids out there might know about it because your daughters or your sons might want to watch it. Yeah, that's another big film to watch. Another film right in the middle, Warcraft. Look at the poster. Do I need to say any more, Brother Kalam? Look at the poster right in the middle. Look at the subliminal messages. Look at the sword. What eyes are being shown? Huh?
Yeah, they did it, man. That's the eye of Ra and the eye of Heru.
And look how they show it. Look, they made sure that they covered up each eye, the middle eyes, to show that the red is representing the red eye, the right eye, and the blue is representing the left eye. You see that?
Yep.
These are subliminal messages. And this is another battle again, dealing with Heru and Seth. You know? And in another kid's film that you see there, Romeo and Juliet. Look at the poster. What side are the red guys on?
Yep, right hand side, man.
What side of the blue?
Left hand side.
Don't need to say anymore. Next slide, my bro. We're gonna start filling through these. We're gonna start going through. Games and food is gonna be the next genres. As you can see, for those of you that love Pokemon, the first Pokemon, can you see it there? Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. What color is the red on? What side is the red on, should I say?
You already know. It's on the right hand side, man.
And obviously the blue, yeah, again, you see again, it's on the left-hand side. Another game on the right there is called Halo. And you see again, the same split. On the right-hand side, you have the red. And on the left-hand side, you have the blue. Same aspects. Red, blue, and green. This is another big thing that I want to deal with that we're going to be dealing with soon as well. Because wherever there's red and blue, there's always some eyes, there's always green following behind it. So on the left here, you have, this is taken from the film, one of the latest Star Wars again. And then the book that you see on the right, this is coming from a book actually. It's called Red, Blue, and Green. That's actually a book. You know what I mean? That I came across. So I was like, right, that's just random. But red, blue, and green, that's representing Horus, Seth, and who is represented by green, my bro? Kalam.
That's a Sa, you know. Or
That's who?
A Sa.
That's a Sa, yeah? Are you sure?
Sa, it could be a Sa, and it can also be Jehuti.
Alrighty. A Sa and also Jehuti. But in the aspect of this mythology, it's definitely equated to a Sa, because you have a Ra and Set, and also you have Heru, which is their colors there. Let's go to the next slide, my bro. Big film again. Remember I told you, wherever you find red and blue, you find green. Who's the green man?
That's my brother, Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk. That's another. Hulk is another guy I'm gonna be dealing with as well. Got some big information dealing with Hulk, dealing with the gamma ray, dealing with his healing ability, being not being able to die, and dealing with his story. It's gonna be a big story, I'm telling you. As you can see in one of the pictures there, you got Thor, the Thunder God, yeah, Shango, yeah. What colors is he wearing? As you can see, he's got the red cape and the blue. And obviously, you already know we got our brother Captain America there with the red and blue as well, with the star. And also in the background, you see our black character being played by, I forgot the guy's name, but that is Hawkeye, who's also Heru. He represents Heru as well, because on Hawkeye, he has the red eye as well, which is Ra. Actually, he could be an aspect for Ra as well. But that's Hawkeye there as well. Next slide, my bro. This is a little advert that I saw. As you can see, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Which one is your favorites? Which one do the people like best? Which one do you like best, my brother Kalam? Pepsi or Coke?
They're both haram, man. They're both haram.
I'm trying to catch you out there. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? I said it's both haram. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. As you can see in this advert again, look, they placed the red on the right-hand side and the blue on the left-hand side. And even on the Pepsi sign, red is on the right and the blue is on the left. Next slide.
We're dealing with the gangs now, the Bloods and the Crips. One of the world's biggest beasts, the biggest gang beefs in world history. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, Bloods and the Crips. Was it orchestrated by the government? Why these colors, the red and the blue? Look where the red is. Look where the blue is. Interesting. Next slide, my bro. One of the biggest games that's still racking in loads of millions and millions. Grand Theft Auto 5. This is a scene from one of the games. Look at it. You got the Bloods and the Crips there. What side of the is the Bloods on? They're on the right-hand side. And the Crips, they're on the blue. They're on the left-hand side, I mean. Also, there's another picture there with one of the Bloods and one of the Crips. And even in that picture that they took, I don't know if they did it on purpose or not. But as you can see, the red blood is on the right and the blue Crip is on the left. Next slide. Let's go. Politics. Now we're getting into some real ish. Yeah. So we're dealing with the politics now. As you can see again, you got the red and the blue, and you got the stars there. Subliminals. Next slide, my bro. All righty, there you go. You have Barack Obama, and I think the guy on the left is that Kerry? Senator Kerry? Who was that guy again? I forgot the other guy that he was going against. I think it might be Kerry, I don't know. But as you can see, you have the guy on the right, next to Barack Obama, with the red tie, representing that raw aspect. Then you have my brother Barack Obama wearing the blue tie, representing that Heru aspect. But then in the next picture next to it, you see that they switch roles. Now, the other guy now is wearing on the blue tie, representing the Heru aspect. And now Barack Obama is representing the Setuk and the Ra aspect. You see what I'm saying? Next slide, my bro. Everybody loves this guy. You see the same thing again. Donald Trump wearing that red tie. Donald Trump on the left, on our right, wearing the blue tie. This is dealing with the different energies. Remember, I'm telling you, this is all to do with energies. The colors that you see is the energies. They know what they're doing. The government and the powers that be, the people that understand these colors, know the reason why they are throwing these colors out there. Yeah, because you're dealing with the colors and the energy that the color brings. So you know, if you see a president if the president's wearing red, and then you hear next minute that he's declaring war on another country, you know why? Because he's dealing with that Setuk energy, yeah, that Ra energy, dealing with vengeance, yeah. And anytime you see the president wearing the Heru, more times he's talking about peace and unity and trying to fix the world and trying to fix the American country and the state and yeah. Stay close. I'm telling you, next time you go and see any politicians and stuff like that, check it out. Anytime you see them dealing with wearing the red, 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, they're dealing with war or some sort. And anytime they're wearing the blue, they're dealing with peace. Yeah. Also, I think they wear the same colors down in the UK as well with our government. I'm sure they do the same things as well. I'm sure they have 100% that I've seen. But yeah, that's it in politics as well. So you've seen it there as well in politics. Next, this is the last slide. This is the green man. This is the green man that we was talking about. You know, the green man, the original green man. Yeah. You got our king. You got the king there, the Nasut. Yeah. Asar. Yeah. Wearing that perfect green. Yeah. And in the middle, you got the original Green Lantern, the black guy, also dressed in that green. On the right, on top of it, you have the lantern, the sign of the lantern. But I want you to take note to the picture at the bottom right. There's a bird there, and the same thing that the bird is carrying is the same lantern that you see in Green Lantern. And the bird is carrying that lantern to Asar to help resurrect him. And the lantern is what revives the Green Lanterns. It revives them. It revives them. It gives them the energy, gives them the power. It resurrects them. It boosts them up. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is where I'm showing you the similarities. Look, where they took these stuff from the walls of Kemet and they made money and they put it in the films. So stuff like this here, this is why sometimes you need to deal with African culture. If you knew your culture, and if you knew the stories in your culture, you can do what the other people are doing. Bring these films out. You know what I mean? Make films, tell these stories. Do you know what I mean? We don't really have that much black directors out there that's bringing out most of these ancient stories. Most of these films that are being shown out here, these Marvel films, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Anansi, Superman, which is basically dealing with Heru and Ra. All these films that are big blockbuster films making in millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds. If we knew our culture, we could be the first people to bring these stories to light. Do you know what I mean? If we actually loved our culture, we could be the one to bring these stories and portray it the way we want to. We make the characters black. We know that the characters should be black because you're dealing with African stories. Whereas most of us get upset because we don't portray they don't portray some of our African in these films that they make where there's African people, they don't portray them as black. You see it, most of the films they portray them as either Arabs or Europeans. And then we get upset. A prime example, a film, which I forgot to put on the slide. Oh my days, it's another film as well. It's another thing as well that you need to look at. The Gods of Egypt. Anytime people in the channel, anytime you're free, go on Google and type in the Gods of Egypt film and go to images and you're going to see the same thing again. Just look at Horus's eye and look at Seth's eye. It's red and blue. Yeah. So in your own time as well, go and check that out. Type in the Gods of Egypt film, go to images in Google search. And then when you see the pictures, you will see clearly that Horus has blue eyes and Seth has the red eyes. Plain and simple. Do you know what I mean? So this has been my presentation, you know. I hope the family out there loved it. I hope you liked it. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be more. This is just crumbs. This is just a little crumbs. This is just a quick thing. This is something that I just put together just to show you, to give you the visuals. Do you know what I mean? So you can see these things. And now, once you start going out and watching these films now, you're going to be looking out. I guarantee it now. I guarantee the people in the chat room now, anytime you go watch your films or you look up politics or you watch your foods or any of these adverts, you're going to be seeing these little subliminal messages with the red and the blue and the green and different things. You're going to be like, ah, I see now. I remember what GABZ was showing in that presentation. Yeah, this makes sense. So any of the films that you go and watch, if you go and take time to go and watch the films, you're going to go and see these correlations with the red, blue, and the green. So yeah, this has been my presentation. I'm the medicine man, trying to deal with the sickness. Brother Kalam, kick in, my bro.
Yo, medicine man, I see you. Listen, you've been dropping that heat, bro. You've been dropping that heat. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if everybody's awake right about now. Well, you got the red pill or you got the blue pill. Which one you taking, the red or the blue? Red or the blue? You let me know. Which one do you want? You know, we're dispensing the medicine tonight. Yeah, hopefully you've been getting it in. I see somebody talking about Jesus in there. That's a good point. You know, most of our, you know, Christian family, regardless of what color you are, you tend to have that, you know, that picture of Jesus. You know that traditional blonde hair, blue eyes, Jesus going on, and he's like doing something like this, and half of him is red. He's wearing like a red cloak and a blue cloak. It does have that some type of symbology with inside of Kemet as well.
Oh, one of the brothers that started to see, one of the brothers in the chat said, summarize who the red, blue, and the green stand for again. So I was going to say, the red is dealing with the Ra, the vengeful eye of Ra, and also is dealing with the vengeful side of Set, the bad side of Set, Setuk in the battle. The blue is dealing with Heru, which is the Wajet eye, which you see, which I portrayed. If you look up the Wajet eye, you'll see that is any of the symbols and some of the artifacts that they have is depicted as blue. And the green, like I showed at the end of that the presentation, is dealing with Asar, and also my brother Kalam mentioned as well, is also dealing with Jehuti as well. Yeah. And also it's actually dealing with Bess, the green. And remember, Bess represents someone, the small pygmy, looking like someone from Star Wars, Yoda. We're going to touch on that. Don't worry. Trust me, I've told you. I gave you a little bit of the crumbs there. Yeah?
I was going to bring that up still. I was going to bring that up. I was also going to bring up the Eye of Yamamoto. I don't even know what that's called right there. Just saying that GABZ is the medicine man. He's the Doctor Strange. I don't know if you could take us on a quick trip through Doctor Strange. He's awakening. His third eye awakening. I don't know. Can you bring us through something on that? I'm asking. Can you?
Oh, say that again. I didn't even hear you. Your mic's kind of low.
Is it? I was saying Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
When he got awakened, can you give us some information on that?
Oh, when Doctor Strange got awakened. Well, boy, now when you're dealing with Doctor Strange, that's dealing with the astral. I don't know. I got some of my family, some of the friends that I know have all experienced this out of body experience. Doctor Strange is definitely dealing with that out of body experience stuff. He's dealing with your energy and you being able to control it and be able to come outside of yourself. You know what I mean? Once Doctor Strange was able to harness that energy, he was able to use all different things. He was able to use all different energies and control them during that film. And one of the big scenes in there as well, which I like, is the bit where he comes to see, I forgot the woman. I played the woman in there. But anyway, he comes to see the woman. He gets aggressive, and then she pushes him. I don't think she even touches him. I think she just pushes her hands forward, and his soul, you see his energy himself come out of his body, and he's there looking like, what the heck? And then he just runs out and jumps back into his body. So that's another big film. That's dealing with out of body experience, dealing with most of those people that have those out of body experiences when they're asleep. That a state where I don't know if anybody's had that, where you feel like you're asleep and you're awake, but you can't move, like you can't get up, like you feel like something's holding you. Do you know what I mean? And then some people have said that after they've had that experience, they've actually come out of their body and look down and see their body. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people have spoken on that. So Doctor Strange is dealing with that type of aspect, astral projection. That's the thing, astral projection. And actually, a lot of films are dealing with astral projection. I don't know if my people that deal with cartoons, trust me, I watch a lot of programs. If you watch another cartoon by the name of Aang, The Last Airbender, that's dealing with astral projection as well, because Aang, when he gets into his meditative state, anytime he needs to go and gain wisdom from the serpent or the dragon, he has to meditate. He leaves his body to go and visit this dragon to gain the wisdom and the knowledge to then come back and use it in the world. And that's also dealing with the elements. So that's Aang, The Last Airbender. If you go and check out that cartoon, that's dealing with astral projection as well. Also, another film that's dealing kind of like that is the film Jumper. Most of you seen that film Jumper. And even that film Jumper, the main poster for that film, the guy who the jumper is, he's standing on top of a pyramid. He's in Egypt. And he even goes to Egypt in the film, and he sits there, he's standing there on top of he's on top of the Sphinx again. He's actually sitting on top of the Sphinx head. Again, subliminal messages. Also, another film dealing with the astral a little bit of astral projection is X-Men Apocalypse. At the beginning scene, that's dealing with Egypt again. Apocalypse is the god that's coming from Egypt. And in the beginning scene, you see that there's Apocalypse's body is on one side, and then he has another body on the other, and they are moving the energy from Apocalypse into the new body. Do you see what I'm saying? They're taking his energy out and they're moving it across into that body so he can harbor that body now and have a fresh body. And also, me and the brother Kalam, we spoke about this, imagine, on the way to Speaker's Corner. Who has seen the film Get Out?
Sinky Mason, Sinky Mason, Sinky Mason.
The film Get Out as well is dealing with that inner spirit, that inner consciousness. Because what happened? She took you to that happy place. What's that place called? Where's that place?
The sunken place.
Don't sunken place.
You there, family. Don't let them take you there. You know what I'm talking about.
Days.
You know what I'm talking about. Kanye. I'm talking to you, Kanye.
Kanye.
Take you there, Kanye.
Trust me. The sunken place is a place that I don't want to be. After watching that film, I do not want to be in that sunken place. but obviously, you know, you get the gist of the film. That film was dealing with. Go on.
Tiger Woods, don't let them take you there.
Don't let them take you there, Tiger.
Carlton Banks, don't let them take you there.
I'm telling you. And obviously, that film, obviously, you know, they was dealing with consciousness. Remember, they was moving people's consciousness into different bodies, well, obviously black bodies. Do you know what I mean? Black vessels, should I say? They was dealing with moving their consciousness into other bodies. So, like I said, there's a lot of films that are showing you all this information. Do you know what I mean? Subliminal messages and all this stuff. But like I said, this was just the crumbs. I love dealing with this type of stuff because it's so interesting and fascinating. And especially when all these new films come out again, I'm telling you, I'm always there, just sitting there, just watching throughout the whole film, just watching for any little thing that pops up. I'm like, aha, see, I got you. I remember to note it down, and then when I come home, I do some research. Do you know what I mean? But it's good, man.
All right. So you know what I'm gonna do then? You know what I'm gonna do is this. For any more questions, please post them down below. Okay. If not, I want to close this section of the show. Okay, and go to the after party. You know, let's go to the after party where all you guys can actually come on to talk with the Titans, and you know what, speak with the Titans, have your say, ask any questions that you may actually have. But in the meantime, before I do that, I need to post the link first and foremost to my brother Harry Singh, and then I can post that to the rest of you family. Okay, so just inbox me via Facebook if you want the link. I'm going to give my priority list to the Facebook family who's with me. Yeah, all you need to do is just inbox me and you'll get the link to the show. That's simple. Also, what else am I talking about? What's going on tomorrow? Tomorrow. All right, we've got a fabulous show for you. We're going to be talking about the freedom of speech, okay? That's the freedom of speech. Do we have the right of freedom of speech? Can our right of freedom of speech be taken away from us? And who has the right to even do something like that? You know, who wants to stop, you know, freedom of speech? Can you stop freedom of speech? There's so much to discuss tomorrow. So please tune into that. I'm definitely going to see if my brother Sarah is going to be available to jump in on that. I'm going to get, you know, brother Saracen to jump on. We're going to get, obviously, I'm having my brother Agnostic Atheist Rob to kind of take the main lead. I want him to take the main lead tomorrow. So if you haven't checked out Rob, go to his channel. It's called Speakers Corner UK. He deals with atheism and agnosticism. And so, yeah, please check out his channel as well so you can kind of get a feel of what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Who's here with us right now? So we've got Harry Singh in the building. Let's see. Let me make sure I get everybody to just jump in real quickly. Wow, you lot are posting up. I've got you, family. Don't worry. I've got you.
I was just going to say to the brother in the chat room, what's his name? I think his name is Right Shah. He said, yo, Gabs, why don't you go into the Yoruba culture and the Ifa, and also you should show the Somali guy the Yoruba and Kemetic language connections. Hey, listen, hey, Kalam, hey. It's coming. Yeah. I think about Austin Powers. Trust me. Me and the brother Kalam, if I told you, we did it earlier. Something is brewing. Don't worry, bro. We got you. We see you. Yeah, we see you with that third eye. Do you know what I mean? We see you. We're coming to bring that info, man. Don't worry, man. Like I said, this is we've had enough now. We've taken a little time out now from you know, dealing with the religious debates and all that stuff, and just, you know, putting that stuff to bed a bit. And now we're trying to get back on track and dealing with some African culture, some history, and some fun stuff, you know, because this is what we got to deal with. This is our culture, man. We got to love it. Do you know what I mean? We got to spread this stuff. You know what I mean? And teach the youth, because, you know, most of our kids and our younger brothers and sisters, yeah, they watch all these programs. Do you know what I mean? This is what they interact with daily, all these cartoons and all this stuff there. So, you know what I mean? You got to be able to show them all the ancient stories and all this stuff there. Do you know what I mean? Even if you, there's a good, actually, there's a comic book person that I'm in contact with. I can't remember at the moment. They deal with actually the stories of ancient Kemet. I'm gonna try and find it. I'll post it next time. Next time I do a show, I'll bring it up, and you guys can actually get their books. They've made a cartoon version of all the ancient Egyptian gods and made stories on it. It's sick book. Trust me. I think they're even in they're in the process of maybe doing a film as well because it's blown so big. But yeah, man, this is what this stuff's about. But my brother Radshaw, we got that info, bro. The brother Kalam's got something. He's got something in the background. Don't sleep on brother Kalam because the brother purchases books. Yeah? He purchases books. And if he purchases books, it spells problems. Yeah? It's problems, bro. Problems, big problems. The brother comes and calls me and says, Gabs, yo, listen, man, I got that book, you know. I got that big book, big info. He's like a kid in the candy store, I'm telling you. So, bro, just stay tuned. We got that work covered still. Trust me. Let them know, Kalam.
Well, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it like that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it like that. All right? Because when that fire comes out, whoo, so took energy. Trust me. We're about to just burn it all up and scalp heads. Trust me. That's what we do. We scalp heads out here. Let me see. All right. So Parvinder is up in here. So let's just quickly shut down this section of the show. So when I get time to actually edit it up, I will know exactly where to cut it off. So family, yeah, this has been Talk with the Titans. We've been going through the Eye of Ra, the making of civilization by my brother Gabs, showing us the connection, the ancient Egyptian connection that pervades all throughout our society, whether it's entertainment, politics, food, you name it. Okay, it pervades all throughout. So, you know what? You've been watching Talk with the Titans with my brother Gabs, and I've been Kalam, and I'm signing out. Peace, love, blessings.
Bah.
Okay.